Hi there, welcome back to DIY Beauty on Purpose. Today I'm so excited because I have for you brand new DIYs. They all look absolutely beautiful and I use mostly Dollar Tree items. I can't wait to show you. Let's get started. For this DIY, we are going to take one of these wooden hearts from Dollar Tree and some of these wall decals with beautiful soft pastel colors, and they're like succulents. And would you believe that one of them was actually shaped like a heart? Yeah, it was split in two. You see, like the front was the half of a heart and then the back was the half of the heart. And I thought that was so cute and perfect for this wooden heart. Once I had the heart completely covered, I'm going to use my sanding block and I'm just going to sand off the edges until the edges are nicely smooth. This will help it be very flush to the end. It's so much easier than cutting with scissors. Then I'm going to take one of these larger flat canvases from the Dollar Tree. I'm going to kind of sort of dry place the heart there to the left side of the board. And then I'm going to take these Be Grateful wall decal from the Dollar Tree. And I am going to just place it to the right side and just kind of align it to where it's going to look nicely. And it's going to be vertically. And then I am going to hot glue the heart to the left side of the Be Grateful. Today's video is going to be using mostly Dollar Tree items, especially going to show you how to use those wall decals that you can find at Dollar Tree. They're beautiful designs, different kinds of sayings, and I think they're just absolutely gorgeous. Look how beautiful this one is. I added a teal burlap ribbon, and I think it's just stunning for spring. For this next Dollar Tree DIY, I am going to take these 4 little bowls that come 4 for $1, and I'm going to hot glue them together. But then I decided to the middle portion, instead of hot gluing, I'm actually going to use my little wood burning tool because it's going to kind of solder it together. And instead of having that clumpy glue showing, I can just flatten out those edges and solder them together using the wood burning tool. And this worked out like magic. If you don't have a wood burning tool, I do have one on my Amazon store, which is linked down below. To do something like this, it is absolutely perfection. And then the top one, I'm just going to hot glue. Then I took it out to my garage and I spray painted with this flat spray paint by Rust-Oleum. It's in a white. I only need one coat. This is just to kind of give it like a first coat to have the paint have something to bond to. And then I'm going to do 2 additional coats by hand using Rust-Oleum chalk paint and the linen white, and I'm going to leave it to dry pretty well. Then I'm going to take one of these sunflower decals from Dollar Tree, and I'm going to start at the top and work my way down. This was actually I want to say the hardest part of all of my projects, but it wasn't like it was extremely hard. It just took a little bit more time. So I'm just going to start, as you can see, cutting with the X-Acto knife as needed, making slits, making sure things are nice and flat. And once I had it where I needed it, I think it turned out stunning. I love the colors, I love the shapes, and I think it's just absolutely beautiful. For this next Dollar Tree DIY, we're going to take this spray bottle. It's such a beautiful shaped bottle. We're going to take some of these little silver leaves from this Be Grateful decal from the Dollar Tree. And we're just going to use the leaves. So we are going to place them in different areas of the bottle, starting from the bottom, working my way up, but basically staying on the bottom. And I think this little vase, first of all, it was extremely easy to create. But these little leaves turned out just so beautiful. Then I'm going to take some of this burlap ribbon and I'm going to cut a piece and then I'm going to fold it in 3 times and hot glue it to itself. And then I'm going to hot glue it to the top of the threaded portion of the bottle. Of course, we don't want to show that. You can use other things. I just thought the burlap ribbon would be very subtle and kind of chic there on top. And that's it for this one. I added some faux magnolia leaves that I already had on hand, and I think it's stunning. Such an easy DIY, such an easy craft to do. And really, you can add anything you want. You can even add stones or rocks inside the bottle. For this next Dollar Tree DIY, I'm going to take this little announcement board. It's like a chalkboard that you can use for baby announcements. And I'm going to remove the jute twine and then give it 2 coats of Rust-Oleum chalk paint in the linen white. And then using my palm sander, I am going to distress the edges. And it actually distressed beautifully. I love the way it distressed. I'm going to take this Dare to Be Different decal from the Dollar Tree, and I'm going to place it towards the bottom of the board, making sure that the words align with both stickers. Then I'm going to take some greenery as well as some little flowers from the Dollar Tree. The greenery is actually from Walmart. The little flowers are from Dollar Tree. And I'm going to just create a little swag, a little swag for on top of the decal. And I'm going to tie it in the center using some jute string, and then I'm going to hot glue it to the board. To finish it off, I'm just going to add some jute string so that it can hang from, and that's it for this one. Another very easy, very beautiful, using mostly Dollar Tree items, and look how stunning that looks. For this next Dollar Tree DIY, I'm going to take this leftover snowman sign from Christmas time. I'm going to remove everything from it, and then I'm going to sand it down to remove any glitter or anything that may be on it, and also just to roughen up a little bit of the surface so that the paint actually has something to adhere to. I'm going to wipe it really well and then give it 2 coats of Rust-Oleum chalk paint in the linen white. And once again, we're going to use one of these Dollar Tree decals, and we are going to remove the little like branch portion of the words. This one says always be joyful, and I'm going to dry fit the always and then move on to the joyful. Make sure I have it where I need it to be. Then I'm going to place the be in there after I remove the little branches off of it, and then go back to the always, making sure that I have it where I need it to be. Now I'm going to take some of these wall decals from the Dollar Tree. They're beautiful, also very springy, pastel colors, just stunning. And I'm going to place them in different areas, even if they overlap over the edge, because we're going to cut those excess pieces with my X-Acto knife. And we're just going to take this one off first and then place it on the bottom and reuse it. And then just cut off the excess from all the edges. This is going to give all those edges just a smooth finish and nothing overlapping. And then after that, it's time to just add a very quick ribbon. Once again, that burlap, that's like a teal color. And that's it for this one. Look how beautiful this one is. Actually a really good size. It could be used for spring, Easter. I think it's just stunning. For this next Dollar Tree DIY, it's another super easy one. I'm going to take this jar from the Dollar Tree, and I'm going to place this Live Every Moment decal from the Dollar Tree as well. It's a 3-part decal. I already used one of them, and this one I'm going to use from the bottom of this vase. And then I'm going to take some of this black jute twine that I do get on Amazon. I do have it on my Amazon store as well. And I'm just going to start wrapping it around, starting towards like the middle of the neck portion, and I'm going to wrap it about maybe about 1.5 inches to 2 inches upwards, and then hot glue it in place. I'm going to cut off the end, hot glue it, and that's it for this one. I told you these were easy. Such a beautiful vase. This one has a very high-end look. I love, love, love the way it turned out. For this next Dollar Tree DIY, I'm going to take this Christmas sign that was left over from Christmas time from the Dollar Tree, remove the jute string, and sand down all the glitter, as well as roughen up the surface, wipe it really, really well, and then again, I'm going to give it 2 coats of Rust-Oleum chalk paint in the linen white. I'm going to take one of these cardboard picture frames from the Dollar Tree, and I'm going to take these leftover succulent stickers. They're like wall decals I used earlier, and these are leftover, and I'm going to place them just around the rim of the frame. And they are going to be overlapping once again, but we are going to be cutting those off using my X-Acto knife. A quick reminder that if you have not visited my Etsy shop, I do have a lot of farmhouse style decals. So if you do not own a cutting machine, but you love to create signs, I would love for you to visit my Etsy shop. It is linked down below in the description box, and everything has free shipping. All right, so we're just finishing up cutting off the excess of this frame, and then we're going to move on to planking the board. The paint's already dry, and I'm just going to take a permanent marker that you can also find at the Dollar Tree, and I'm just going to start planking. We're going to keep the same design that the original sign had, and we're just going to line those planks. And then I sanded down the edges with my sanding block just to smooth it out, as well as give it a little bit of a distress. We're going to hot glue the frame right to the center, and then we are going to take one of these. It's a 3-part decal from the Dollar Tree. I'm going to take the one that says always wash your hands, place it right in the center, and then we are going to take some pink ribbon that I already had on hand, and I did whiten the little holes so that we can thread it through a lot easier. We're going to knot it in the front, and that's it for this one. Another super easy, super quick one, and such a fresh one. Actually, we have this one in our guest bathroom, and it looks beautiful. I'm going to take a set of these hanging shelves from the Dollar Tree. They come 2 for $1.25. I think it's such a great deal. I'm going to give them just 1 coat of Rust-Oleum chalk paint in the linen white, and then I'm going to let it fully dry. And then we're going to widen the little holes using my drill, because we are going to be threading some jute string that's a little thicker, and I want to make sure that it fits through there. I'm going to take the leftover sunflower decal from the Dollar Tree, and I'm going to just remove it carefully, and then I'm going to place it, leaving each board about 1.5 inches away from each other. And then after I have the decal placed, I am going to flip it over and cut the excess once again from the top, the middle, and the bottom using my X-Acto knife. And then, like I said, I'm just going to thread the jute string. I did have to drill the holes again where the sticker cover the hole, but no big deal. I am going to just place the jute string where it's kind of threaded through each one side, and then continuing to the next side. I would love to invite you to follow me on my social media platforms, my Instagram, which I post every day, different items, different things that I not necessarily post here on my YouTube channel, and also my Facebook page. I actually just created a Facebook group just for crafters and creators to share with each other and connect with each other. So check it out. It is linked down below. And we are just about done with this one. Another beautiful one. This one will look great right next to that one with the bowls that has the sunflower. I think it turned out so beautiful. It would look great in an entryway or in anywhere in your home, really. This next Dollar Tree DIY is going to be perfect for Easter. We're going to take this wooden cross from the Dollar Tree. We're going to give it 1 coat of Rust-Oleum chalk paint in the linen white, and we're going to do the front as well as the back. Then we're going to take this beautiful blue and white decals from the Dollar Tree, and we're going to start placing them in different areas of the cross, and then again cutting off the excess using my X-Acto knife, and we're going to reuse the excess cuts. So once I have that side cut, look how beautiful that looks. Oh, it's stunning. We're going to place some of the excess on the bottom as well as the side, and then again cutting the excess off until we have nice smooth edges. And then we're going to keep it simple, and we are going to just place some greenery as well as some blue flowers. These greenery are from Walmart, and the blue little flowers are from Dollar Tree. I'm just going to hot glue a little bundle towards the bottom base of the cross, keeping it very, very simple. And then instead of adding a bow in the center to cover the hot glue, I decided to take little tiny flowers, individual ones, the little blue ones, and just start placing them and hot gluing them in the middle. That way we don't have to add a bow necessarily, but you can certainly do that if you are going to recreate it. Look how beautiful this cross looks. It took me literally no time to make, and it's just beautiful. But the same thing goes with all of these projects. I think they're all so easy, so beautiful, and very inexpensive. But this is it for today, my friend. Thank you so much for watching. You're gonna have to let me know which one is your favorite. I cannot pick a favorite. I do love every single one of them, and I hope you did too. And if you are visiting for the first time, welcome. I hope you enjoyed the video, and I hope you consider joining our YouTube family. And if you are returning, thank you so much for coming back. As always, I'm going to have a playlist here as well as another video with tons more of Dollar Tree inspiration. Click on one of those two thumbnails and enjoy more inspiration. I'll see you later and have a blessed day. Bye.